Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I have got game 1 of a best of 1 and it is going to be a Zerg versus a Protoss, and I know I've cast a few of those recently, but yeah, I felt like it. I've cast a lot of ZVZs and a lot of ZVTs and quite a few PvPs, and I haven't done enough Zerg versus Protoss, so I'm like, I'm going to cast some because I like getting excited about what I cast, and nothing does that better than casting a matchup. I'm just like, yeah, I'm loving this right now, and that is not a copyright infringement on McDonald's. Please don't sue me, because that wouldn't be fun. Now, anyway, the map is going to be Akelon Waste, which is a map I haven't cast a game on for a while, and up in the top left position, we've got the blue Protoss, the Grandpa Toss himself. It is WhiteRa. And his opponent down in the bottom right, the red Zerg player representing Team Liquid. It's Ret. And Ret is such a cool guy. He really is. I've had the pleasure to meet him a couple of times, and he's pretty solid. He's cool. He high-fives so hard, he leaves bruises on people's hands. That is what a boss he is. Like, seriously, that is a story which if you ever meet me in person, you're welcome to let me explain that to you. Just remind me of the time at an Insomnia Gaming Festival where Ret high-fived someone so hard. They literally took a running jump at you. I'm just going to tell you the story now, like, because it's an amazing story. It was with one of the UK team managers, and they were having a good time in the bar after the event, and just, they were really getting on, and then they started high-fiving, and you know when, like, games between two blokes turn a bit overly macho, and you just, like, everything gets more intense? Well, it got to the point where they just decided to take, like, a run-up at each other to high-five. That's how hard they did it, like, literally trying to take out each other's arms, and I decided to record it, like any good person would. Unfortunately, it was on my phone, and it was terrible quality, so I never put it online, but still, high-five went down. Ret, just like a boss, took it. He just went bang, high-five, full running jump speed, and he was fine for it. The UK team manager, though, his arm was just, like, bruised with a handprint from Ret, and Ret just, like, walked, like, just kind of stepped off, like, yeah, that was nothing. The UK guy, he was, like, cowering in pain. Ret is just that manly. Seriously, it was like getting high-fived by an Ultralisk. That is how hardcore Ret is. So, yeah, that's the story, which means that now if we ever meet, we've got one less thing to talk about, which makes me sad, but oh well, there's lots of good stories, especially good esports stories. Now, back to the game, and really probably what you're here for. We've got Ret just getting the Overlord in, gonna say, yep, Broken Cannon, yep, Nexus, yep, Forge, everything's good. That is what I like to see, things going to plan. I'm gonna go and take my hat trick, because that's what I do in response to a fast expansion, is I get that down. The Zerglings are going to just come and waltz their way in, though. That Photon Cannon, not quite down in time, and now that means that, yeah, Zerglings, they're just going to come trundling up here. They're going to be like, hey, probes, probably going to try and kill a few of them. The probes are getting pulled. WhiteRa going to be losing a little bit of mining time to do very little to these Zerglings. One shot went off on one of them. Ret just happily with 4 Zerglings in his opponent's base. As a Zerg player, this is one of the greatest feelings you can get, where you're just like, if he wants to kill them, he loses mining time. If he doesn't kill them, he loses probes. Either way, I'm winning right now, and this is just so funny. You can run them around. The Zealot's going to come around, but then you're like, ha! Zealots, they're so slow, and the Zergling's going to chase after it all, and this is just the sort of thing where you're happy. You're happy as a Zerg player, you're smiling, you're making drones, which is, of course, Ret's favourite thing in the world to do is make drones. That's literally all. If he could play a game, if someone made an arcade game where the first person to like 100 drones won, Ret would love it, and he would always win it. It would be ridiculous. But yeah, currently droning up perfectly happily. Zergling's just running around in circles because this is literally like an arcade game at the moment, like one of those macro trainers where you've got to keep running like your queen around somewhere while you keep macroing up behind it. If anyone's ever played those, you'll know exactly what I mean. But this is Ret doing it like the pro level, where he's actually against WhiteRa. But the Mothership Core is going to put an end to this party, and is just slowly going to pick away at all of these Zerglings. Always the Mothership Core spoiling all of the fun. But Ret going to just come down here, get a little scat out with the Zergling, going to say, okay, any tech? No. Just a cannon, which took out my one remaining Zergling. Poor Ret Zergling. But anyway, drones, many of them. Many drones are on the field, 43 of them to be precise, more popping out all the time. First 2 gases are now up. Ret just starting to climb ever higher. A third base though from WhiteRa. This is like WhiteRa's play from back in Heart of the Swarm beta, where he literally who just pumped out as many Nexa as he could. He was just like, 3 base with a mothership core. I can defend anything with Photon Overcharge. And literally he could in the beta. Because he also got up as a Stargate after this really pretty quickly. Then he just run the Oracles across and just be like, well, Oracles kill everything in the beta. Like, you can't defend them. They just destroy a mineral line before anyone knows what to do. But now he's adapted from the Oracle play, just being like, I don't even need a Stargate, I just need a Zealot and a Mothership core and I'll win. This Queen taking some shots, WhiteRa playing the game of, can I actually kill this Queen first? And he will be able to. That means Red's got to put it back, but a second Queen there. Aid, assistance on its way. Interesting time warp placement because he's only actually catching 1 mineral patch, which is a bit unusual. But now forward comes a Stalker as well. The Zealot there, the Queen is taking some fire. Drones getting pulled, trying to pick off that Stalker. Will get the surround like a boss, but the Queen goes down. That means Red has got less injects available. Also a lot of lost mining time here. WhiteRa managing to kill 4 workers. Red only having killed 1 so far this game, but does lose his Mothership core there. That's not ideal. Of course, we do have the lair just finishing up, but a Stargate down its way. A second Stargate on its way. Interesting placement from the pylon as well. One on the high ground, one on the low ground. Like, this poses an interesting question. Like, if 2 Phoenix pop out and they're both rallied to the middle, will one fly on top of the other one? Things to make you go wonder. Things to make you wonder all the way. Cannon there, knocking down the rocket tower. We've got the rocks now getting taken out as well. The Stalker deciding he's just going to let the cannon do that job because he doesn't want to waste his efforts. But yeah, Stargate on its way down. Robotic facility on its way down, and a Spire on its way down. Now, this Spire for Red, I hate to tell you, this probably isn't going to work out too well, because there's 2 Stargates, which have now just got scouted, and that means that if Void Rays come out, he can perfectly happily go for Mutalisks now, because Mutalisks are actually one of the solid options up against Void Rays. They work really pretty well, so that's fine if Void Rays keep coming out, but if Phoenix come out, then yeah, not so good for Mutalisks. Phoenix, of course, outrange them. They've got great micro. They can always win that fight as long as the micro is equal on both sides. If the Mutalisks are micro better, then yeah, the Mutalisks will win in a head-up engagement, assuming there's not like an astronomical number of Phoenix. But yeah, you get my point. I'm overemphasizing it, but you know what I mean. Phoenix generally beat Mutalisks. Okay, so this is why WhiteRa's just getting a couple of those out. I don't think he's even scouted any of this out yet. I don't think he knows about the Spire. Let's take a look at his vision. Nope, he has no clue. He does have this Phoenix on its way in, though, which is about to come and discover that, okay, there's a 4th. Doesn't know about the 5th yet. So double expansion from Rep, which means the Rep can make, guess what? More drones, which is going to make him happy. He's already up to 97. Come on, Rep. I said earlier that if it was the first player to 100 drones would win. You can do it. Come on, Red. You're only 3 away. Just make 3 more drones. Go on, you can do it. 3 more. 3 more. Get to that 100. You know you want to. You know you love drones, Red. That's what you want to get up to. That's the point. Come on. Just do it for me. Do it for me, Red. You're winning my heart then. You'll win my heart if you do that. If you haven't already. There we go. 3 more drones on the way. He's going to make it to 100. Oh, no. He made an infestation, but he's going to get to 99. Red has got 99 problems, but drones are not one. Yeah, but anyway. +1 missile attack. +1 flyer carapace coming down. This is just going to mean these Mutalisks can just have a little poke, a little prod. We've got more Phoenix production coming out, more Void Rays coming out, more Mutalisks coming out. The infestation bit, the Hydrogen, because Hydrogens are good against Stargate units, generally speaking, as long as there's not any Colossi or anything like that down, so this is all good. The Fleet Beacon also coming out, so the Golden Armada is going to be on its way here for WhiteRa, but the Mutalisks actually going head-to-head do manage to snipe off one of those Phoenix. The second cannon also getting taken down here. There's a couple of Void Rays, but they've got to be very careful. WhiteRa responding by building 2 photon cannons for every one that is destroyed, because then eventually he'll get to a number which will be able to defend anything the Red throws at him. But now the Mutalisks are just going to come and start picking off these Phoenix, and this is really good for Red, because if this Phoenix town never gets above sort of the 2 mark, they're not going to be able to take out the Phoenix quickly, the Mutalisks quickly enough, and that's going to be good news for Red, who is at 98 drones. Come on, Red. Come on, get to 100. Please do it. Please do it. You'll make me so happy. He's made over 100 this game. Can we just make that clear that that did occur? So, technically right, if we want to say it, I did say 100 drones. Did I say out simultaneously? No, but I'm gonna just kind of try and work this like every good caster should into a way that it makes me sound correct. Because then you can't hate on me in the comments, right? Maybe. You probably can anyway, but if you do that, it's all good, because then it just makes my video look more popular, and then I get more views. So yes, if you want to hate on me in the comments, go for it. It'd be just a nice thing to do. It'd help me out. Proper good. Ace. Now, yeah, Mutalisks, they're on their way in. They are going to come and meet a good number of photon cannons and just decide that nope, not up for that party. Zergling's running around just checking to see whether this 4th base has been taken. Red's going to see it hasn't and is therefore going to be very happy that he's got 5 bases up against the 3 of WhiteRa. That is a good number. 5, obviously 2 bigger than 3, and generally you want to be at like 1 base up on your opponent. So Red really happy. He's got his Ultralisk Captain coming down. He's got Spore Crawlers coming down, +1 melee attack, more Spore Crawlers, everything just piecing together. But the Phoenix are now on their way forward, and they are just going to be like, drones. Ooh, this is a fun party. All of the drones dying. Red, you're going to go under the 90 drone mark. So he straight away makes some more drones, because that's how you respond as a good macro Zerg player. If you lose workers, you just keep making them. If you can actually make drones faster than your opponent can kill them, you're going to win the game. That's the logic the macro Zergs go for. The Phoenix, though, just flying straight into a flock of Hydras and Mutalisks. There's also some Vipers out here too, which means that if there were any real high-tech units hitting the field, such as a Colossus, that can get abducted straight into this ball of death that what Liquid Red is starting to cultivate, and just pick them off nice and quick. A couple of evolution chambers being sacrificed for the cause. The Queen getting a little over-ambitious there, thinking, I can take on that mini Phoenix. I can totally do that. I believe there's 8. I haven't selected them, so that's like just a quick mental assessment. Am I right? Yes, I am. Good spotting there. See, again, I was right, and I did it in a way where I made it try and look as impressive as possible. But anyway, Queens, lots of them. Queens are good, actually, against a lot of Stargate stuff, because, of course, they're not armoured. Voidways deal bonus damage to armoured units. Queens, as I said, aren't. Therefore, Queen's good against Voidways. Yay. They've also got Transfuses, which are going to be really beneficial for pretty much everything, but specifically those Ultralisks that haven't actually been made yet because Red is supply capped. But now he's starting to move in here. The Hydra's just flying straight over, trying to pick off the Vipers as quickly as they can. Vipers are armored, though, so don't take maximum damage from these Phoenix. The Hydra is doing quite a nice job, but the Void Rays are starting to work away at pretty much everything. The Mutalisk get taken out very quick. The Vipers now taken out too. The Queens waddling their way over so slow to this party, and that means the WhiteRa actually overrunning this, but he has lost a lot of his own army here. Another Phoenix is going to go down. The Void Rays starting to take a bit of fire. WhiteRa's got to be careful. He's down to 125 supply, and Red is just remaxing on Ultralisks. He's like, Phoenix, do you even lift? And the Phoenix will be like, not an Ultralisk. And that is not something we can do. It is not part of our game design, and if Phoenix could lift Ultralisks, one, it would be hilarious just seeing the way that, like, Ultras kind of just waddled there in midair. I think that would be an absolutely brilliant thing to see, but it'd also be incredibly overpowered, because Phoenix would then become the counter to Ultras, which nobody would like to see, except maybe Protoss players. Okay, definitely Protoss players, but still, Phoenix now starting to make their way forward. They're going to start picking off Overlords, because while Ultras can't get lifted by Phoenix, neither can they attack up, because that would also be equally as overpowered as anything you could possibly imagine. Ultras now just starting to wander forward, though, a good number of them, a good number of Queens. Mass Transfuses will be coming down. The Void Ray count starting to get sizable again. 4 on the field, 3 more in production, and of course, with Prismatic Alignment, they actually deal with Ultras pretty well, but the Transfuses are there. Liquid Red starting to make his advance. There's the Prismatic Alignment, and just look at those Ultras take the fire. The Queens, they're nowhere to be seen, and that means no more Transfuses coming down here at the moment. The Void Rays dealing a good amount of damage, just picking off all of these Ultralisks. Red just throwing units into this meat grinder. The Queens, though, finally making up the distance, but a mass warp in of Zealots is going to say no to the Queens, and the Queens are going to take all the fire. Transfuses, though, coming down as fast as possible. Red going with the approach that I can kill your stuff faster than you can kill mine, and that is an approach that is sort of, kinda, a bit working, sort of, apart from the fact, of course, that all of the air units still survive. So that's now 6 Void Rays. Red, though, how do you respond to lots of Void Rays? With lots of Mutalisks. 30 on the way out. Red is just like, I have got all the money with all the bases, so I'm just going to make all of everything I choose. I'm going to find a button on my keyboard that's hotkeyed to a Zerg unit, and I'm just going to hold it down. Previously, it was the U button for Ultralisks. Now he's advanced on to, of course, that lovely, well, T button for Mutalisks. So, wait to see what he's going to be doing here. We have got a good little warp in of Zealot trying to come down, trying to do a little bit of damage at the same time. One Zealot going to go and take that watchtower there, but Speedling's coming in and shutting that all down. And now look at this Mutalisk flock. That's just coming in. Of course, we do have +1 flyer carapace, no +1 air weapons though. Yeah, +1. Oh, so it just kicked in as I said that, as I flicked from the tabs. But now the mutants just coming in, instantly taking out these photon cannons. Is going to lose 1 to the photon cannon though. That's a bit frustrating. The next one gets taken out. The third base though of WhiteRa, potentially in a bit of a tough spot. The Void Ray is trying to come into this party, but look at the damage that these mutants do. WhiteRa is in a bit of problems now because there's just so much damage. This many mutants just one-shots all the way through those Void Rays. Phoenix production is now getting restarted up, but the Void Rays just getting taken out so ridiculously quickly, and this is a problem for the Grandpa Toss. The pylon is going to get taken down. Artosis pylon depowers 2 of those Stargates straight away. The third one getting focus is going to get taken out before anything can pop down, and this means WhiteRa now unable to make those Phoenix he so desperately needs in order to stop this. Oh goodness, another pylon. If that pylon went down, everything would get depowered. Focus the pylon, Red. Focus the pylon. Okay, he's going for the store because he's in a good spot anyway. He's got 13 more Mutalisks coming out. He's now got 35 on the field. 6 more coming down. That's going to take him up to 41 Mutas. Mass Mutalisk is just so strong against Protoss. It's so difficult to deal with. There isn't really a definitive response to it. The fact the cannons, they're just getting taken out. Red now really getting himself into a fantastic spot. He's got +2 fly carapace on its way down as well. He's also sending some speedlings across the map in different positions. He's going for the ground assault, knowing the WhiteRa doesn't have too much there. Phoenix are about to go and try and pop out, but the pylon yet again getting taken down. There's the GG, well played. And Team Liquid's Red will be victorious. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a game that I thoroughly enjoyed. I remember seeing that game and being like, yes, that needs to be cast because it is going to be very fun. So, of course, if you enjoyed that as much as I did, make sure you leave a cool comment, like the video, and of course subscribe. I get new games up every single day of the week, so I'll catch you all tomorrow for another cool game of StarCraft. In the meantime, be awesome. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.